Angela Rayner has just made a move that could cost her, and fast. The Deputy Prime Minister has rushed through a major policy shift, and it's already sparking outrage. Instead of strengthening her position, this controversial decision is being seen as a desperate gamble, one that could backfire spectacularly. With pressure mounting inside and outside her party, Rayner's latest move has raised serious concerns about who will truly be affected. Critics warn that Labour is walking a dangerous line, with growing backlash from a group they simply can't afford to alienate. So what exactly has Rayner done? And why are experts calling this a catastrophic mistake? Stay with us as we break it all down. But before we dive in, make sure to like this video and subscribe for the latest updates on British politics. Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner has reignited one of Labour's most controversial policies, giving councils more power to seize land from private owners at significantly reduced prices. Under the new Planning and Infrastructure Bill, local authorities will be able to force farmers to sell their land at its current agricultural value, not at the premium rates that developed land commands. Rayner and her supporters claim this is about fast-tracking much-needed housing and infrastructure. In a statement, she said, "The Planning and Infrastructure Bill will unleash seismic reforms to help builders get shovels in the ground faster. We must break down barriers to development and build the homes, transport links, and energy projects that Britain desperately needs. But for farmers in rural communities, this policy is nothing short of an attack. Many landowners have held their properties for generations, relying on them for income and stability. Forcing them to sell at a fraction of what the land could be worth is, in their eyes, outright government overreach." Gavin Lane, Deputy Vice President of the Country Land and Business Association, acknowledged the housing crisis but criticized the move, saying, "We urgently need more affordable housing, but forcing landowners to sell at a loss isn't the answer." Tim Bonner, CEO of the Countryside Alliance, warned that this policy could have serious consequences for farmers already struggling with economic pressures and upcoming inheritance tax changes. Giving councils even more power to undervalue land is a step too far, especially in such a challenging climate for farmers. This bill could have major implications beyond rural communities. Developers often rely on incentives to sell land at fair market value. By stripping that away, this policy could slow development rather than speed it up. If farmers refuse to sell, or if legal battles erupt, projects could be delayed for years, the exact opposite of what Labour claims to want. And then there's the political risk. Labour has historically struggled with rural voters, and policies like this won't help. In a country already deeply divided over land rights and taxation, this move could alienate a crucial segment of the electorate. So where does this all lead? The backlash against Rayner's bill is gaining momentum fast. Farmers' unions, landowners, and even some Labour MPs are urging the government to reconsider. If this turns into a full-blown revolt, Rayner's credibility, and possibly her future in politics, could be on the line. With local elections on the horizon and Labour's lead in the polls not as secure as it once was, this could be the moment that changes everything. The big question now is whether the government will push ahead despite mounting criticism, or if pressure from rural communities and political opponents will force a rethink. One thing is certain, this fight over Britain's countryside is far from over. What do you think? Should councils have the power to seize land at lower values, or should landowners be fairly compensated? Let us know in the comments below.